If you have bad credit, it could be very hard for you to get a business line of credit at Bank of America. So, into this conversation, I want to share with you a few banks out there who are willing to actually help you out if you have bad credit and you're looking for a business line of credit. So, here are the top banks I want you to pay attention to. The first such bank is TD Bank, and the cool thing about TD Bank is that TD Bank will look at your your application. If you have a FICO score around 525, that's the average. But you got to have a relationship with the bank for at least 6 months before you apply for this business line of credit. Okay, and how much can you actually get at TD Bank? Well, TD Bank will give you a maximum of $5 million. But the catch is that if you want to have a business line of credit, let's say less than $250,000, you can apply online, not a problem. But if you want more than that, then you have to go to a TD Bank branch. So you have to apply physically, okay? So you can't really get anything above a quarter of a million online, okay? But the cool thing about TD Bank is that whether you have bad credit or fair credit, you can use the cash for a lot of things, for rent, for inventory, for payroll, for daily operations. They'll take care of you, not a problem. Okay, just make sure that you have the relationship with the bank. And also, one thing I want to say here also is that you are able to get increases if you maintain that relationship. In other words, if your account is positive, then that is really cool. The only thing is that TD Bank is not a national bank such as Bank of America, but they're still present in a few states, like 15 states, let's say the Northeast, but also in Florida. So if you are actually in their geography, their target geography, you can actually qualify for a line of credit, for a business line of credit. Not a problem, okay? If you want more information, you can just call 1-855-278-8988, and they'll take care of you. They'll explain everything that you need to really understand. And just make sure that you have a business checking account, because that's when they have to link the business line of credit to your business checking account, and they will deduct the monthly payments from that business checking account. Because the thing is, this is a business line of credit, but you still have a minimum to actually pay every single month if you tap into the line of credit. If you are looking for a bad credit business line of credit, and you cannot really be approved at Bank of America, I want you to think about Citizens Financial. This is another great bank. Okay, this is not a national bank also, but the cool thing is that Citizens actually is in about 15 to 20 states. Okay, and you are able to qualify for a business line of credit up to $250,000 in 3 days. They will work with you if you have about 550, 560 in FICO score. If you happen to have, let's say, a a business credit score, a payday score of 80 or 75, they'll work with you. So the maximum business line of credit with Citizens is $250,000. One thing I want to say here is that there is an annual fee. If you go through Citizens, just be aware they will charge you an annual fee. So you have to pay $150 for lines of credit, 50 grand to 100 grand. And above that, you have to pay 0.3%. Okay. So if your line of credit goes from 100,000 to $1 million, you have to pay 0.3% every single year. Okay. But one thing I want to say here also is that Citizens want you to be a client of theirs for at least 3 months before you can actually you can apply. So if you have bad credit, it's not a problem. They will look at your application. They'll look at your financials. They'll look at how long you've been in business. They'll look at your geography of operation, the state and city where you are at. They'll look at your operational history, how long you've been operating, and what are your cash inflows and cash outflows. What kind of cash movements come into your account? Okay, but you got to be a citizens. You got to have a citizens business checking account or business savings account for at least 3 months before you can apply for your business line of credit. Okay, and like I said, you can be approved within 2 to 3 days. And what happens here is that they will actually transfer the cash into your citizens business checking account. They do not do external transfers. Okay, they're not going to transfer the cash to another account. They want to transfer internally to their to a citizens business checking account. If you're looking for a bank that really can approve you for a bad credit business line of credit this year, kind of similar to Bank of America, I want you to think about American Express. A lot of folks don't know that American Express is actually a bank. They do have a bank. I mean, it is a credit card issuer, but it's also a bank. The only thing is they don't have brick and mortar branches. So this is an online bank, okay? But they were able to lend you a maximum of like $250,000. So you are looking at business lines of credit that go from 2,000 all the way to $250,000. Now, normally the credit score criteria for American Express is actually 660 minimum. They want you to have a FICO score of 660 minimum, but for you to bypass that, for you to really qualify even with bad credit, you have to be with American Express. You have to be a credit card holder for at least 3 years. 3 years. They want you to have at least 3 years of relationship with them, either at the banking level or at the credit card level, before they can actually look at your application. So the only way they will really waive the 660 is if you have at least 3 years of a card holdership with them. Okay, and American Express has two other criteria. So you must have started your business at least a year ago. So they do not really fund, I would say, startups like brand new company. You gotta be in existence for at least 1 year, 12 months, and then you also have to have an average monthly revenue of at least $3,000. I just want to insist, this is not income. This is revenue. So that's cash inflow. So cash inflow minimum to a minimum $3,000 every single month if you want to qualify for this business line of credit from American Express. But again, they will give you somewhere from $3,000 to $250,000. Okay, you have term length options, 6, 12, or 18-month line of credit option in some cases. Okay, but overall, this is a great opportunity, and American Express didn't really do this before. But since they bought Cabbage a couple of years ago during COVID, they started really providing business line of credit. So that's kind of cool. And with American Express, you don't have to be in a specific state or city because this is an online bank. Let's say primarily, you can really qualify no matter where you are at. So that's really good. So if you're looking for a Bank of America bad credit business line of credit alternative, I want you to really consider this year Santander Bank. And a lot of folks don't really know about Santander, but Santander has been kicking ass like crazy for the last few years. This is a great bank, a wonderful institution. They take care of customers. They're not present in all 50 states. They are present in few targeted areas, targeted states, but they do a good job. Okay, they do a good job. That's really fantastic. On top of that, they'll give you a maximum of half a million. So if you're looking for a business line of credit with Santander, they give you a maximum amount of credit. Okay, and even better, they do not require financial statements if you are looking for a line of credit below $250,000. Okay, and your FICO score must be a 550 minimum for you to qualify for a the Santander Bank business line of credit. They also want you to really have a relationship with them for at least 3 months before you can qualify. Okay, that's really good. But one thing for sure, once they approve you, they do not place any restrictions actually whatsoever on the business line of credit. You can use the cash as you see fit. You can use the cash to finance accounts receivable. You can actually use the cash to purchase inventory, or you can just take care of seasonal cash flow fluctuations. So that's kind of cool. Santander really gives you a lot of options here. And what I want to say here is that you are able to get things done in a certain way through Santander, and they also will assign to you a business funding specialist who will really understand how your business operates, and they might actually help you get other how do I call it, other funding. Okay, so if, for instance, you want to really get a an unsecured business loan or an unsecured whatever funding, like equipment financing or whatever, through Santander, your business representative, your account representative will help you out. Just make sure that you have at least 12 months, 12 to 13 months of business operation to actually qualify. Okay. But if you have 550 minimum, they will work with you, not a problem. If you are looking for a bad credit business line of credit that's kind of similar to Bank of America, I want you to really think about M&T Bank. And M&T Bank does a great job in giving you a lot of possibilities. Okay, now M&T is not really as known as other banks on today's list, but they do a great job nonetheless. Okay, they will give you somewhere from $5,000 to $250,000. So if you apply online, they'll take care of you, not a problem. And what I want to say also is that they basically will work with you to make sure that you get access to your business line of credit on a quick basis. Okay, so they usually approve everything within 2 to 3 days. So if you apply on Monday, by Wednesday you should be and you're approved. By Wednesday you should have the cash in your account. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And the only thing is that there is some element of geo restriction. So with uh, with M&T Bank, you have geo restrictions, so they're not available in all 50 states. So just make sure before you apply for their business line of credit that you do qualify, depending on the states where you are at. Okay, and for them to really accept you if you have bad credit, they want you to have a 525. That's the FICO score minimum, and they want you to be, let's say, a customer of theirs at least 9 months. You got to be at least 9 months before. You got to be with them for not for 9 months at least to actually qualify. Okay, because usually their criteria are even higher when it comes to FICO score, when it comes to other stuff. So just be aware of that. But the thing is that again, M&T Bank is really flexible. Okay, first of all, giving you a $5,000 to $250,000 when you apply online, it's really dope already. But even giving you the ability to use the cash as you see fit, that's even better. That's really fantastic. Okay. And one thing I want to say also is that when it comes to M&T Bank, you are able to increase your line of credit limit if you use the card. If you, not the card, if you use the account responsibly. In other words, you pay whatever you have to pay. Pay back. So that's really cool. They will work with you to increase your limit. Another bank, kind of similar to Bank of America, that will take care of you if you're looking for a bad credit business line of credit, is actually PNC. And so PNC does a great job in terms of, first of all, allowing you to qualify for a business line of credit if you have a minimum of 550. So a minimum of 550, 550, that's your FICO score minimum. But the only thing is that a PNC is not really that generous when it comes to giving you an unsecured small business line of credit. If you want something secure, okay, they'll go all the way to 10 million. But if you want unsecured, they are limiting their risk to $100,000. That's it. That's the maximum you can have with PNC. Okay, so you have lines of credits between 20 grand and 100 grand. You have a fast loan decision process. That's really cool. And what I want to say also is that PNC will work with you, kind of similar to Santander. They will assign an account representative to you, and that account representative will be working alongside you or alongside your team to make sure that you have the right funding, so they can increase the funding if need be. So with PNC, they want you to be a client of theirs at least six to 7 months before you can qualify. Okay, and they will ask you for info about your business name and address, the type of organization and year established, the EIN, the annual sales, the number of employees. Okay, and they will also ask you to have information about each business owner. So you can see that the application process with PNC is a little more condensed, is a little more involved than others. Okay, and if you have any question, just call 1-800-762-5684. 1-800-762-5684, and they are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and so that's really cool. But if for any reason you don't want to talk to someone, you can just go to the branch and have a conversation with an account manager. So you go to the branch, you explain your situation, you explain what your business does, what kind of state you're in, and they'll take a look at your whole application and see how much they can qualify you for. One thing I want to say also is that PNC was really great during COVID. I mean, they helped a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners during COVID. I mean, at a time when banks in general were not lending, PNC really stepped up to the plate and was just helping playing big time. Okay, so this is the same thing they're doing now. They were actually stepping up to the plate and helping those entrepreneurs who are in need. So that's really fantastic. So if you are looking for a bank similar to Bank of America that will approve your bad credit business line of credit, I want you to really think about U.S. Bank this year. And U.S. Bank, kind of similar to PNC, will give you a business line of credit even if you have bad credit. In other words, what does bad credit means? It means if you have minimum 500 as FICO score. So if your FICO score minimum is 500 and you have a relationship with U.S. Bank for at least 6 months before applying, the company will take care of you. The bank will take care of you, not a problem. Now, unlike PNC, U.S. Bank does have a series of options when it comes to business lines of credit. Number one, you have what they call the cash flow manager. So, cash flow manager allows you to manage cash flows. So you are able to get, let's say, a half a million every single cycle, if you will, and you also have competitive rates with the option to lock in a fixed period. You also have what they call like what I want to say is that the cash flow manager is actually your primary line of credit. You also have what they call the business line of credit. This you have a maximum of $1 million. Okay, but this is a little bit more like collateralized. In other words, you can use the cash to purchase materials, equipment, or inventory. So that's really cool. And finally, you have a business equity line of credit. Okay, so here you can use real estate as equity up to a half a million. So that's really cool. And you have revolving terms with 5 year with the 5 year maximum, and you also have monthly interest only payments. So that's really fantastic. And the last one you have with U.S. Bank is called the Business Reserve Line, and this is a line of credit that helps you avoid overdraft. Maximum here is $5,000, but it is still wonderful anyway. So as a go into this conversation, I was just talking to you about the Bank of America, bad credit, business line of credit alternatives. So I spoke about TD Bank, Citizens Financial. Okay, I have I also have let's say American Express National Bank. You have Santander Bank. You also have M&T Bank. That's really important. PNC, and you have you have U.S. Bank. Yeah, U.S. Bank. I was blanking for a minute. So U.S. Bank also. So that's really fantastic. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, Stan, marvelous.